If you guys are lacking coins throughout Team of the Season, then check out IG Vault with the link down below. It's so easy to buy for them, and they're by far the quickest site around. They even update you as your coins go in. Use code Kurt for 6% off. If you guys need any Black Ops 3 accounts with all the DLC weapons or GTA 5 cash on any console, then check out buyprestigemaster.com. And if you use code Kurt at checkout, you get an extra 5% off. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 16 video. Today we have a video of players that won't actually be in FIFA 17. Now I did this last year, obviously for FIFA 15 players that weren't going to be in FIFA 16. I feel like now is another very relevant time. FIFA 16 is on the decline, it's nearly done, we can nearly get a new game. I cannot wait for it, I'm so excited. But, of course, that means there's going to be players that aren't going to be in the game next season. So, I've built an 18-man squad. We have the whole first 11, and then we have a bench of players that shouldn't be in the game next season unless something bizarre happens. I also want to say, yes, it's dark out there. At this point, with the heat being so crazy, I'm having to record at, what time is it? It's 10 to midnight. Like, this is my standard recording time right now because it is so hot, which also means, like, I'm tired because I've been out, I've done my day, and I'm not really, like, camera ready, but this is the only time I can physically record. You guys get what I mean? Anyway, let's start off with our first players. Before we say it though, if you guys could smash the like button, that would be absolutely fantastic. Continue to show your amazing support that you have been as of late. But first up, we have Matthew Flamini. Now this one is probably one of the few that honestly he may not be in it. It's a big possibility. He played his last game for Arsenal. For this season he announced he was one of Arsenal's released players, and as it stands, doesn't look like he's going to another club. You never know, something crazy might happen, someone may snap him up, but as it stands, he is not going to another club. He's a billionaire, he's made all this money with like this weird renewable energy. Fair enough. Thomas Rosicky is a kind of similar one. Now, he again announced his last game, a really emotional last game of the season. I've only just noticed they both have the same three colours on their flags as well. But very last emotional game, it was crazy. Like everyone was getting like standing ovations, they walk around the pitch, and his was pretty actually incredible. But he's very injury prone, of course. It's such a shame. It's ruined such an amazing talent. He got injured even playing for Czech Republic. Again, he's another one that, who knows, he may get a move last minute. Seems like he might not be in the game next year. Anthony Ujah is one of many that you guys will see throughout this episode that have moved to the Chinese League. Now he has moved to Liaoning Huin. I don't know if I've said that wrong or what, but he's moved to that club from Werder Bremen this season. Obviously for the money, but he's one of the players, as many, I'm just going to be like, he's moved to the Chinese Super League. That's it. I don't know if they're going to announce the game last minute. I believe we got the A-League or the J-League. One of the two, which we didn't already have, is now going to be on the game. But as it stands, the Chinese Super League is not going to be on. I may miss a few players as well that have gone to the Chinese Super League, but I tried to get like the most noticeable ones that I remembered that obviously moved me there. Papi Cisse is another one of those as well. So Papi Cisse is currently a striker for Shandong Luneng. Now I'm sorry, I've had to every single one of these Google it to make sure I get the name right because there's no way I'm going to remember these. But of course, Cisse has gone out to the Chinese Super League just like a lot of the others. Ding ding ding, Chinese club alert. I tried not to include too many in the starting 11, but there will still be some. But Burak Yilmaz has gone to Beijing Guoan. Of course, he's been pretty much a FIFA beast for quite a few years. He's always really popular. His stats are insane at Galatasaray. He's a really good Turkish player. Sad to see him leaving, but he is 31 years of age. He actually just turned 31 this week, which is a little bit random, but a very, very good player on the game and always has been a bit of a bargain gem. Now, we have a player that's not going to the Chinese Super League. Woo! Celebration is John Heitinga. Now, you guys, I'm sure, remember his glory days. I mean, he did play for Atletico Madrid at some point, but Everton, Fulham, his time in England, basically. I'm sure that's what you guys might remember him for. A bit of an interesting player, but he spent last season at Ajax and now has gone on to retirement. He's plain sailing for him now. He's done with football. No more footy appearances. So fair enough. Fair play to him completely, but he's not going to be featuring in next year's FIFA. Next up is Freddie Montero, a personal favourite of mine actually. He's always had some really cool cards in foot. He's always had good weak foot and good skill moves. He used to play for Seattle Sounders, had like a centre forward card, was always really good. But he's moved to Tianjin Teda in the Chinese Super League again, which is quite disappointing. But as I said, he was one of my favoured players in the game. I always used to like him as like a bargain player. But next up we have Graziano Pelle. Now I'm going to drop you guys some knowledge here that I don't think you would have known. I have quickly removed these two guys from the bench so it doesn't look like a concept squad anymore. But you guys may not know, and I did not know this. Graziano Pelle is 31 years old. Again, he shares the same birthday as Burak Yilmaz. Literally, they were born on the same day. That's quite bizarre. What are the odds of that? That's insane. But anyway, Pelle is 31 years old. I did not know that at all, but he has made his move, like many others, to the Chinese Super League. I think he's getting paid something like 35 grand a day or something insane. Like, he's now one of the highest paid footballers in the world. Heaven only knows why, I do not know, but he was alright for Southampton. I don't even know if they've bought in a replacement. Off the top of my head, I can't think. They've lost Mane too. They're going to have to buy some attacking players. I knew they bought Højbjerg, the centre mid, but they're going to need to spend some money. But Pelle, big signing, I guess, for the Chinese Super League. He'll definitely be missed in the Premier League next season. He's always one of those like fantasy footy gems. He's always relatively cheap and always good to have. But next up we have Nemanja Vidic. Vidic, the pronunciation on point. But he's retiring. Fair enough. He is now 35, almost 35 years old. That was the quick maths there. 35 years of age. He's done his time. He's one of those players that really has lost his pace. He lost his last little yard. And he didn't really fit in too well into Milan. I think he started off and got like a red card and an own goal in his first game when he first went there, which is mad. But obviously, incredible player for Manchester United in his time, and he'll be missed. Another player that was heavily involved in that Man United-Liverpool derby is Daniel Agger, and he will be retiring as well this season. I saw an interesting quote today where he was like, it was most disappointing about Brendan Rodgers that from 42 days, Daniel Agger went from vice-captain to fourth-choice centre-back, and he said that was enough. That was time for him to leave Liverpool. I'm sure he would love to have played under Klopp, but obviously it wasn't to happen and wasn't to be. Next up, we have Mikel Arteta. Now, I have mixed feelings about this one, because Mikel Arteta was the club captain. Very important player at Arsenal. He had like one good season for us and then was just very, very average at best. So quite often poor, disappointing fringe player. I go back to the game. Bit of a story time here. I went to West Brom away this season. I also went to the home game, but I went to the away game. And I believe it was one of the coldest days of the year. It was the only time we had snow. And West Brom is one of the highest altitude grounds in the club, which means by logic, it's one of the coldest grounds. The wind rips around it. It's crazy. I went to a game and it was -4 degrees. It was the coldest it's been. I travelled all the way up there on a bus and absolutely freeze my nips off. It was horrendous. Mikel Arteta came on after 31 minutes because I believe Coquelin got injured. We were 1-0 up. He then proceeded to score an own goal and incorrectly mark another player, I believe, for the second goal, was at fault for both goals, and then we missed a penalty. So what a terrible day. Never since then, it's kind of tarred my view on Mikel Arteta. I know that was a minute of ramblings, but for that reason, I'm not really his biggest fan at the moment. So he's retiring from Arsenal, he's retiring from football as a player, but he's actually gone to be a coach under Pep Guardiola, which quite upsets me, to be honest, because a lot of people have said how at Arsenal his like coaching qualities were massive. That was part of the reason why he was the captain, because he's such a good leader, he's so instrumental, he's really good at teaching players stuff, and he's such a good coach. So to lose someone that we've given like 4 years of time from, giving him like game time when he is not even in the top 5 best midfielders in our team, it's quite upsetting for him to then go to City. Now, wouldn't surprise me if it's Arsene Wenger's fault, but this is 2 minutes spent on Mikel Arteta I did not expect. He's retiring. That's all you need to know. Next up is Hulk. What is this man doing? It is so gutting to see what he's doing to his career. Hulk's about to turn 30 in like 3 or 4 days. It's very close to his 30th birthday. Now, I am annoyed about this, and it's not very often transfers annoy me. This guy has such a potential. He's played 48 games for Brazil in his career. He used to play for Porto, as I'm sure you guys know. He went to Zenit for quite a lot of money, like he was picking up a big wage packet in Zenit. He was offered some crazy deals in Europe. He could have gone to a lot of European clubs, could have at least got Europa League football, quite easily got Champions League football at a lot of different clubs. He could have gone to Porto or Benfica easily. He would have walked into any of those clubs. And he's going to Shanghai SIPG, I believe that's what, or SLPG, one of the two, I'm not sure. And that is so frustrating. He's nearly 30, but he's still got like a couple years left in him, and he's such a good player. And there's nothing worse, in my opinion, when properly good players leave for money. When someone like Graziano Pelle goes, it's like, okay, you were good, you had some games for Italy, you were alright. Hulk is like a quality player. I've actually seen him play against Arsenal for Porto. I can't remember if it's once or twice. But whenever I saw him, he was just one of those players on the pitch you fear. Like, one of the only times this season I felt that in the league, obviously when we played Barca, it's different. I feel like I've got a lot of Arsenal stories today. When we played West Ham, and watching Payet on the ball, like, every time he picks up the ball, you're like, and Vardy as well, it was with Vardy, it was crazy. They have the ball at their feet and you're like, I'm actually really worried you're going to do something in. Hulk is one of those players that sticks out of my mind so much. It's a player that he was on the ball and you're like, we need to get the ball off him right now or he's going to somehow score. Like, he was one of those players and it makes me upset. Like, again, I feel like I'm really rambling on this episode, but I have a lot of passion for a lot of these things, and to see Hulk move really quite upsets me. It's a very sad thing for football. Now, this upsets me, but in a completely different way. One of my favourite centre mids on FIFA in the history of FIFA is, of course, Ramirez. Ramirez Santos de Nascimento. I don't know how you pronounce that in all honesty, but centre mid, 88 pace. That's all you need to know. Always been mental for FIFA. Just as I got 47 games my club played for him, and I barely played actual games on FIFA. Like, I play Foot Draft, that's it. I don't, unless I'm recording, I don't play normal FIFA. This guy's a beast, and he always has been one of the best centre mids on FIFA, so that's pretty gutting. And another great player. It's the worst when they're actually someone that's sick on FIFA that you actually miss out on. We got Freddie Guarin. I have kept this informed because I didn't want to ever lose him if like he became extinct with him leaving. Because he actually went in January. Freddie Guarin, look at this card, 90 physical, 80 pace, 82 shot. He's got a disgusting free kick on him. Absolutely incredible. And he's such a good player. Again, he's gone to China and it's going to be very, very sad that he's not going to be in next year's game. Next up, we have Gervinho. Gervinho, lads. Well, obviously he was at Arsenal. One of the most frustrating players to watch. I've never seen someone do this. Drop my controller mid-sentence. But Gervinho has this thing where he'll get to the edge of the box and he'll just do his thing with his legs. And he'll just like switch his leg like that and then lose the ball. He was one of the most ineffective players I've ever seen. He was actually all right at Roma. But again, pretty sad to see him go because he's always a good little pacey option. Next up is Alex Teixeira, linked with lots of teams, Liverpool, like lots of Champions League sides, Europa League sides, good squads. He's gone to China. There was rumours in January that it was basically a done deal to go to China, and I think actually it was January he may have gone to his club. He's playing for Jiangsu Suning FC, and it's just a really sad one. It is like such a good FIFA player. 4-star skills, 4-star weak for 88 pace, 86 dribbling. I can only hope, like, think how many of this team we'd still have if they were to do us a favour and actually keep that league in FIFA. Next up is Jackson Martinez. Very interesting one. He's a player I would have loved at Arsenal 2 seasons ago, but he really didn't have the best of times at Atletico Madrid. He's now playing for Guangzhou Evergrande Football Club. I believe that's the same one that Paulinho may have gone to, or Ramirez. One of the two. I always forget which one. But he's playing over in China, and it's a pretty saddening thing. Once again, a very, very high prospect player. I don't know if he's still going to be in the Colombian setup because it's not really as competitive football over there. But he's a very good player on FIFA, and he's going to be missed. And last but most certainly not least is Alessandro Diamanti. This guy used to have an absolutely sick wingers card, and it was so good. It was a right winger. I think he had a team of the season one year. This season he spent time at loan at Watford, Fiorentina, stuff like that, but he's actually at Guangzhou Evergrande and has been for a couple of seasons. So these two technically would get good chemistry next season. He's been there for a couple of years now. He was at Fiorentina and Watford on loan in the past 2 years, so it's a possibility he's still on the game, so we didn't think he would be last year, but I haven't seen him make a move yet this season, so I don't know. I may have missed out on it, but again, another player that's going to be missed. And that, boys, wraps up this episode. It's a long one. There was a lot of rambling, but I hope you guys like it. I enjoy when I do squad builders and I get to just chat for a little bit about a load of rubbish and give you guys like a little bit of information, a little bit of stories, any stuff I have connected to any of the players, especially the Arsenal ones. Obviously I have my season ticket. It's nice to have actual stories that goes with it. So if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Only 7 weeks until FIFA 17 comes out. I cannot wait. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.